I cleared KVPI SA in class 11 and I got an all India rank of 303. I cleared KVPI SX, which happens in class 12, and got an all India rank of 1089.
Hi guys, and we have Samanya Das from College of Medicine and JNM Hospital, also called
Hello.
Kalyani Medical College. So he cracked this government seat in NEET 2020 in his very first attempt. So thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me here.
Okay, so there are very few students who cracked almost all entrance examination like NEET, KVPY, JEE, NSE. So today I got him who has done it all. So would you like to elaborate about this?
Okay, so I cleared KVPI SA in class 11 and I got an all India rank of 303. I cleared KVPI SX, which happens in class 12, and got an all India rank of 1089. You keep this number in mind because it's gonna come again later. Okay, and I also cleared NEET, the reason why I'm in College of Medicine and JNM Hospital, Kalyani. And I got an all India rank of 22,539, which is good enough to fetch you a seat in West Bengal. And my state rank was 1089. You remember the number which I told you earlier? I know you're paying attention. I also got a state rank of 435 in WBJE. I also cleared NSEB, and my board percentage was 94%. That's all.
Okay, wow. So now we are gonna have a conversation on how he did it. So let's begin. The first question, which everyone would think, that why did you take PCMB and not just PCM or PCB?
Okay, so the thing was that when I came into class 11, I had two choices, whether I would go in for computers or whether I would go in for biology. Now, personally, I wanted to go in for both because I love both. I love programming and I also love biology. But the thing was that my parents wouldn't allow it, although my school would. So the reasons are obvious, that you get a lot of stress if you do computers with biology. That's a lot of syllabus to cover. So instead, I took physical education instead of computers. And for physics chemistry, that's going to be common for everyone. Now, the question is, why biology and mathematics instead of biology or mathematics? Now, had I gone in for computers, mostly the people choose only mathematics. But the thing was that I loved maths and bio, both of them. I wanted to study science as a whole, to understand maths and biology, both of them together, not that they're discrete units. I believe that all of the science subjects are interrelated with each other. So I had to study maths and biology together. But had I gone for any other option, I would have to choose psychology instead of maths, which is definitely not an option which I want. So I had to keep maths and biology along with physics and chemistry.
Okay, so four big subjects, PCMB together. So would it be right to say that you studied throughout the year? Throughout the 2 years?
Absolutely not. I think it would be wrong, because there were days where I used to take off entirely. I wouldn't study a single thing, how much ever you force me to do, because there are days which you have off. No, there are days which you have mood off where you can't simply study. Even if you force yourself, you cannot study. And there were days where I felt like studying. So I used to study at a stretch for maybe 4-5 hours at a stretch. So that used to vary. So saying that I studied entirely through the 2 years, that's wrong. But I used to try to maintain this thing, that I would try to keep up with what is being taught in the class, not that I would rest for 9 months and then try to catch up in the last 3 months. I didn't do that, but there were days where I used to take off and then I used to recover the next 3 days or 4 days, or within 1 week it used to happen.
So basically you were with the flow of your class.
Right.
Okay, so that's good. So any tips for the audience on how should they study, how long should they study? Because we find it very often that the audience goes on to ask, the juniors go on to ask your seniors, the successful ones, that how long did you study to crack so and so entrance examination?
Yeah, so personally speaking, I couldn't study beyond 3 to 4 hours. Like, that was my limit, because I used to keep this aim that I could concentrate at least for 3 hours, because that's the time for a NEET exam. But mostly that did not happen. So I used to take breaks between times. But if somebody asks me how much should I suggest others, how much time they should study, well, then I cannot, because the time for studying is really subjective. It varies from person to person. It varies by the method of study which you do. For example, I had friends who could study late up till 3 o'clock. They used to start studying from 11 o'clock in the night and they used to study till 3 o'clock. But I was not that kind of a person. I used to study during the day. So that varies from person to person, and to suggest how other people would study is really wrong, because studying is a subjective thing. It's not an objective thing that you're gonna Google it up and an answer is gonna come. So it varies from person to person. It varies how you want to study.
Okay, so like when did you take the final decision of choosing your medical stream as your final career option over the other streams, because you had cracked so many entrance examinations?
Yeah, so the thing was that at a point of time I was a bit confused because after I gave NEET, like some days after giving NEET, I had already registered for counseling in ISER admissions. Then I registered for triple IT through that same KVPY route, and then I had also gone in for registration through WBJ into Kalyani Government Engineering or Jadavpur University. I had filled up the choices, and I also gone in for NITs through that JEE main results. So I had a lot of options in hand. Now the thing was that by that time I knew that I had given an exam which fetched me a marks of 595. So I knew that at least I would get some seat in West Bengal, government medical seat in West Bengal. So I knew that this seat was confirmed. So I had a lot of options to deal with. Now the thing was that ISER messed up the admission process in round one, where people generally with 303 AIR are get any ISER at their will. In that respect, even double-digit AIRs didn't get any ISER. And ISER even messed up the second round till an extent that I got the last choice ISER, like 8th choice ISER, which I had. So by that time, I was frustrated with that ISER admission process, so I threw it out of my mind. And for the NITs, I think I just sent it out of my mind because I was already like almost confirmed of getting JNM, Kalyani in the second round, or a Diamond Harbor was already confirmed by then. Like it couldn't go beyond that. So I had almost thought of neglecting the NITs. I threw that out of my mind. Triple IT was thrown out of my mind because the fees was really high, and for WBJ, I still registered in Kalyani Government Engineering, and then I pulled back out after I got admitted in JNM. So I kept that decision till the last moment. I kept all my options at hand. I backed off only at the last moment after the seat in medical college was confirmed, because at that time COVID situation was going on and the situation was really dire. So I did not want to lose out on any options.
Okay, so this is something which the audience, the juniors, should make a note of, that he kept all the options open till the very last moment. And this is something really good to hear.
Yeah, but
And
that is also
obviously
something bad to hear, because many people would be saying that you picked up our seat. We could have got there. Somebody else could have got there. You just wasted the seat. That's also a fair point. But the thing is that somebody else would anyways get that seat. That's how counseling process
yeah,
works,
of course,
right?
the seat goes back to the counseling in the very next
Yeah,
round.
that's a point. But I heard this thing from my friends, so I know this thing works. This you will get some comments like this.
You could you could just say in return that the seat gets back in the mop-up round
Yeah,
or in the stray vacancy round.
exactly. That happens.
He should have, your friend should have waited for that seat. He was not determined enough to get that seat.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
Undoubtedly. But now you had cracked your like engineering as well as medical entrance examination. So what gave you the edge in both these exams?
Okay, so if I say that in medical, actually, my biology was a bit weaker than other students. So actually did not get an edge in medical. I also did not get an edge in engineering as such, because my maths was also weaker than other people of my batch. Like my maths was okay-ish, not good. It was okay-ish. My biology was also okay-ish. But with respect to NCRT, it was good because I used to study NCRT a lot. So NCRT was in my head, but Akash material was not in my head. So that's the reason
So
I
basically,
couldn't.
physics and chemistry was your strength.
Yeah, physics and chemistry were my strength. Like physics, I was so strong that my teachers used to recommend other students to come to doubts for clearing. So I was that strong in physics. So they were my strength basically.
Solving others' doubts actually helps in clearing your own
Yeah,
concepts.
exactly. That's the thing. And you go back and revise and think that, oh, I could have done it in this way also. So your mind opens up more. So the thing is that the only advantage which I got was in KVPY SA. There what happened was that the people who knew biology were bad at maths, and the people who knew maths were bad at biology. I was moderate in both. So on an average, I crossed, like on totality, I crossed both of them. So that gave me an advantage in KVPY SA. So yeah, that's where I got the edge. But in other exams, it was like forcing myself through.
Okay, so what was the study material which you actually followed for like PCMB?
Okay, so first I'll start with physics because that's my strongest subject. So physics, I followed no study material. I have that HC Verma which I brought, but it's still lying there. I had materials from Akash. It's still lying there. I had materials from Fiji. It's still lying there. The pages are so new that they shine when I open them. They're glossy still now. Now nobody wants to believe me. They tell me that you are so good in physics, but how do I believe that you did not study, you did not practice physics from these books? The thing was that I used to practice physics from my friends' doubts. I used to solve them day and night. Like my friends used to give me doubt. My aim was that I have to solve that within 2 or 3 minutes. If I cannot solve in 2 or 3 minutes, like I have failed at that question. I would think of that next day. And I used to continue thinking on that. And as long as I couldn't solve that out, it stuck in my head. Maybe I'll get the answer some 2 days later, waking up from my dream. So that used to happen. So the thing was that I invested in solving other people's doubts, and I got my physics better. So that's how my physics developed, not by solving any book. But if you want to know how the study material was, I would say that Fiji study material in physics was much better than that of Akash medical, for obvious reasons, because JEE advanced questions are much more difficult. So you have to deal with them. So the questions have to be difficult. But if any NEET aspirant thinks that you are going to study for JEE advanced questions and you're going to crack NEET, that doesn't happen, because the questions operate at a different level. In NEET, you have to solve fast. In JEE advanced, you have to think more. There are two different approaches to the questions, so please do not mix them up. And for chemistry study material also, I used to follow the Fiji study material, sometimes Akash material. I used to study towards the late times, like when NEET came through. Around the time of NEET, I used to study the Akash study material and mostly NCRT. But when I was learning, I focused on the Fiji study material more, because for obvious reasons, it's engineering. You have to study more. It's JEE advanced. They're not gonna ask you direct questions. So I used to study that material and got my concepts much better. And for biology, I had the Akash study material, but I could not take that because I could not remember that much. There are many students who could, but I was not talented like them. So I couldn't take that. So I stuck to studying NCRT, because at the end of the day, NEET is going to ask you question from NCRT. And exactly that happened in my year. All of the questions were from NCRT. No question was outside NCRT, at least in biology. So, and that's why it helped me in an advantage. And for maths, I used to study Fiji study material, practice Fiji study material in the beginning. I also used to practice from Cengage sometimes. But the thing was that my practice was really hindered towards the end, and that's also a major reason why I couldn't clear JEE advanced, because I couldn't clear the maths cutoff. So the maths went out of my hand towards the end. So yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, so like normally we do not highlight anyone's lows. It's good to see that you talk about your JEE advanced story like with a smile. So that's something really good about you. But like as you said that these were your study materials and which can be gathered from any part of India. But what about your classes? Like from where did you take your classroom programs from?
Yeah.
And where did you learn your concepts from? Were there like did you attend your school classes, or were there your Akash tuitions, your Fiji tuitions, or some other tuition which you took to understand your grasp your concepts?
Yeah, so that's a very important question. My school was a dummy school, so I had to go to my school 3 days for practicals. But my school was really strict about these practicals. You cannot skip them. And I think practicals are important because they develop your understanding of the subject. They are important because they give you an intuition of the subject. There are many things which you do not need to solve for, but simply you know the answer because you have an intuition for that. You have a feeling that this is going to work, this is not going to work. So practicals are important, and my dummy school did that. So I got a lot of time for at home. Now the thing was that I used to study in Akash and Fiji, as I already told you, but I used to study in classroom courses in both. Now many people would be amazed, then how did you manage the time? So I would give the time managed credits entirely to my mom. She handled the entire thing perfectly. Like I used to get out from Akash and I used to get into Fiji. I did not get much break in that time. In that time, I used to have my lunch, got out from Akash, get into Fiji. The next day, I used to go to Fiji early in the morning, get out from Fiji, have lunch, go to Akash. So that was my weekend plan. So yeah, the weekends went really hectic. So I did not have much time for self study. So what happened was that I used to concentrate really good in class. Like I used to give my 200% concentration in class. And like if nobody is listening to the teacher in class, that should mean that I am not in the class. My concentration was at that level. So the very fact that I used to concentrate so much in class gave kind of recovered the fact that I couldn't do self study much. So like that's how my time was managed. I used to concentrate heavily in my classroom. I used to give my entirety of my attention to it, and I used to do a bit of self study. So those things were balanced out. That's not the ideal thing which you want, which you would want to do. I would personally suggest do more of self study and try to attend classes such that you can manage them. But these things worked for me. That does not mean that it's going to work for everyone, and I don't think this will work for everyone. It's just that it worked for me.
Like, look, I feel that what my perspective would be that you have to attend your classes, right?
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
by hook or
I think
crook,
you should give you 100% in classroom. You cannot skip one
so
for one
once you
moment.
give your
Yeah, because when
so
you
once you
skip,
give your
you miss a concept, and then you cannot recover that. Understanding it from a
and the
friend is
best part
different, but from a teacher is different.
and the best part is that once you give your full concentration in the class, you don't need to study that much at home. It's almost done.
Exactly.
It's half done. Yeah,
Exactly.
and then solving your friends' doubts does the other half.
Yeah.
Because normally your friends ask a lot of supplementary questions which they
Yeah.
do not ask to the teachers,
They will
and
cross
that
question you. Exactly.
clears a lot of concepts. Anyway, so that's something very good happened with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And if you
so
see that there are times when you would get stuck, which you would otherwise not have, because your friend asked you right now, you got stuck at a question, and then you go back and think again, then you go back and question the teacher again, which your friend did not, but you did. So there was some difference, and this thing that you ask only to your friend, this concept also has to go. That you have to ask your teachers more, because they are much more experienced to you. So I used to do this thing, like, and my teachers were really friendly with me. Like they had that kind of interaction with me where I felt comfortable asking to them, and my teachers were also of that kind that you can question me. For example, I have seen teachers who would get offended at questions, who would think,
teachers means the school teachers, Akash
no,
teachers,
I
Fitji
am
teachers.
personally I am mainly focusing on Fitji teachers. For example, in Fitji, I had Ushni sir and Shorkat sir. I really owe my physics to them. Like they were almost my gods for me. And they made one thing very clear, that just because I am your teacher, that does not mean that I will always be right. Always feel free to question me in class. And sir used to like stop class for 10 minutes almost, just because there was a doubt which he could not answer, and I had a better backing up for my point than he did. So then we used to sort that out outside classroom. So that was a very good interaction, which made my understanding better, and also increased my respect for him. So that was a really healthy interaction, which I would thank my teachers for. I don't think everybody has this kind of interaction with their teachers, and their teachers are not as well receptive to that kind of questions, because my questions were really dangerous kind. Like other people might get offended thinking that I am trying to show them low, or show them that they do not know a thing. But the thing was that my teachers were really receptive to that, so they encouraged this kind of questions. They told me that you ask these questions in class, it makes everybody's understanding better.
Obviously, because of such good faculties, today we got a student with such good science backing, man. Anyway, Asha, a big shout out to such good faculties. We need more such faculties so
Exactly.
that the NEET score goes higher and higher, and the bar goes higher with every coming
And it
year.
makes it difficult
So
for more people.
no, it doesn't make it difficult, because if you have good faculty, you have good knowledge about science, and that should be available throughout India. It should be
Yeah,
available over internet.
that's true.
That's what I feel. So, like, what advice would you give to your fellow juniors when they come to choose their PCMB, their subject criteria in class 11?
Yeah, so when people come to choose their subject combination, I would say that try to study science as science rather than only engineering or medical. Just because you love science, that's why you study science. What I've seen is that most people make this difference, that you have to study engineering or medical, and this is obvious. For example, you go to study in Akash, you tell them I want to study science, they're not going to allow you to do that. They're going to tell you, you choose medical or engineering. You can't study biology and maths at the same time. So this notion is forced into us. So I would say that if you want to study science as science, try to choose maths and biology together. but ultimately it's your personal decision, the subjects which you are comfortable with. If you are not comfortable with biology, because see, biology at this stage requires a bit of memorization. Not a bit would be wrong, but a lot of memorization. So if you are not comfortable with memorization, you should skip bio, or you might want to skip bio. That's entirely a personal decision. What you feel comfortable with, what you think your career options are going to be best in. So you have to finally choose that. But if you want for my suggestion, I would suggest that understanding science on a whole, integrating all of the subjects together would be really good, because maths and biology, people try to isolate them. But if you see that if you can make them match together, they do wonders. For example, I'll cite the example of my video which I did, a 35-minute video which nobody watched. Even I wouldn't have watched had I not made the video. So the thing is that in that video, I took my logarithmic growth curve concept from biology. You would have that in class 12. Probably in the chapter of populations, you'd find in the last part of NCERT. So you take that concept and you match it with your maths, and you create an algorithm out of it. And what I did was that then I created a program, understood the R naught value, what the R naught value actually means in a population growth curve, and use it to model the COVID growth at around probably September, or when my NEET was supposed to happen. And that quite followed. Now the thing is that nobody watched it, but the thing is that by integrating computers from my class 10, biology from my class 12, the maths knowledge which I had, what I did was that I created a thing which I am satisfied in. And this is the reason why you study science, not because you have to clear any exam, not because you will fail and people will tell you things, just because simply you love science. There are certain things which you just do not do because you have to gain something from that. There are certain things which you do just because you love it, and that's how science should be studied. I think this should be focused on really well, because and yes, this is also a thing which our professor said that day in our class, that it's a pity that right now we study for the fear of failure, and this is a thing which I have seen commonly in many students. That shouldn't be the case. What should be the case is that you should study simply because you love to study. So that should be the case, and that's the reason why you should study science as science and take up a combination which is PCMB and try to integrate all of them. But if you're not comfortable with that, it's fine. It's entirely your personal choice at the end of the day, what you feel comfortable in. So that's what I would like to say.
Okay, so it was like almost great to hear your perspective, your viewpoint, and it was great to know your story, that how you made things so possible. Cracking all the entrance examination is obviously not easy, but you just made it sound that it was so easy. The process was so easy, and yeah, you loved the process. Simply, that's what I could say, that you loved the process, and that's why everything just happened. And thanks
like
for
it happened. It at a time, like I feel that I had no control over it, and I also feel that I was a bit lucky to have things. For example, if I take the consideration of NEET exam, like there's a huge luck factor which people completely ignore. Like you might have complete vomiting, nausea on that day, and you can do nothing. Like you know everything, but you can do nothing on that day. So there's a lot of factors which actually we ignore, we take for granted. But I think there is a factor of luck in such exams, along with your academic capabilities. Your academic capabilities obviously come first. If you don't study for anything, and you say that you got a 0 because you couldn't because there was a jam on the road, that's not the point. If you have studied a lot, then a factor of luck comes into play. So I think I was lucky, but I also worked hard for this thing.
Undoubtedly. And that's it for now, guys. It was a wonderful conversation, and thanks for like answering all of the questions. Like
Thank
in
you
a
for
very
questioning me. Like very few people would have asked me these things.
No, I can say that I got very satisfactory answers. I guess after hearing you out, it just seems so easy. The process seems so easy, and the way you have that love for science is amazing. It was like just wonderful to talk to you. It doesn't seem, I don't have like these long conversations. This was the first conversation which goes off, I guess it's 20 minutes, I guess now. 20 minutes in the conversation. So I just can't see the timer actually. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks again, and that would be all. Thank you.
Bye.
और हाँ, अगर सब्सक्राइब नहीं किए हो तो सब्सक्राइब कर दो, क्योंकि मेरे कंटेंट से तुम कंटेंट रहोगे।